I think we need to talk about this because we are excited about Dragon's Dogma. I did, by the way, log in, and I have turned off pretty much all of the crazy, levels of graphics and everything to maybe be able to play it. It's a crossing fingers, guys. If our computer explodes, please know it is because my laptop is just too damn old. But hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. We will see. Welcome, Coffin Maker. Hope you're having a great night. But we have to talk about this, guys. We have to talk about this. Guys, this is an $80 game. And even with a game that is a massive $80, $70, $7 game. And even with a game that is a massive W, because like this looks like a great game. I've heard many good things about the first game. This is something that Capcom has done before. Even when you are faced with a massive W and your name is Capcom, you gotta do the Capcom thing, which is microtransactions to the level of psychosis. You can get everything from camping gear to, I mean, the sound and music collection might be like the only thing that's understandable. This is like a regular thing in games. That's totally fine. I don't mind this one. But yeah, you get like happy lore items, which are like actual gameplay changing items. I don't know what the thoughtful gift is, so we don't know what that is. Change pawn indications. This is an actual in-game mechanic, your pawn's inclinations. To everything from, I think, like a key to skip something, to being able to edit your character, to being able to, I guess, fast travel, it looks like, and literally getting extra revives for your characters. I'm thinking the points for the rift is, I'm not sure what this is for. So we have no idea what these rift crystals are for. Maybe it's for your pawns, maybe it's for cosmetics. Not entirely sure yet. We will find out. But out of all of these, there are actual game-affecting DLCs that you can buy. And the total is $41. Rift crystals are a currency, apparently, for renting pawns. And something else. What the something else is, we don't know. But the renting pawns is how you could play, like, people made a bunch of pawns. The character editor didn't work for us, so we had to scrap that. But we were going to make pawns and everything as well. We might be able to do that when we hop into game. I'm not sure exactly how it'll work. But this is when, like, people were making, like, someone made Andrew Garfield as a pawn. Someone made, like, The Rock as a pawn. Someone made, like, some really interesting pawns. In order to play those, you gotta spend some microtransaction money. Even when Capcom is having a massive W, they gotta take a massive L. It's so ridiculous. They did the same, pardon my French, they did the same fucking shit in Resident Evil 4 Remake. And Resident Evil 4 Remake is a borderline perfect game. And they did the exact same shit in Resident Evil 4 Remake it was like game-changing stuff as well. You could buy, like, I think it was special weapon upgrades, actually. It was just straight up weapon upgrades. And it's really ridiculous. I really wish Capcom would stop doing this shit. Like, there's no need for it. And you can see the outcry here. Let me show you guys something sad. Like, this is a game that should be being celebrated right now. And right now, it is 36% mostly negative on Steam. And if you look down at the comments, it is not because the game is bad. The game is good. Everyone likes the game itself. Now, there's some issues with performance. That happens, and that is well deserving of negative commentary and stuff. But that's a different thing. But pretty much, if you look down the list, most of them are just raging about the microtransactions. Microtransactions single-player game, massacred my boy cash grab, gameplay-wise is great, but microtransactions, and it just goes down the line. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking crazy that Capcom cannot just take the W, make an absolute boatload of money for a full-price game, And yeah, here we go. The deluxe edition is $80, by the way. The deluxe edition, I think, is what I have. And the basic price is $70. And they're making, like, this is a day where Capcom is already making, I would estimate from this game, right now, there are 200,000 concurrent players of this game. And that is, I'm on late. It is 1:47 in the morning. So that means that they have already made, let's calculator this out. Calculator. Okay, so just on the concurrent player count, it is, let's just go with the conservative estimate. $14 million they made just from the people concurrent right now. This is not including everyone on during the day that's asleep right now, which is the most of the people. So you can easily multiply this by 10. Then that is not even accounting for PlayStation 5 players. So we can add just straight up probably another 100 million to that. They've basically made $250 million on this game right now. Okay? Because we're not counting the deluxe edition either. Remember. And even still, they have to have fucking microtransactions. How do those microtransactions make it pay to win? Well, I can tell you right now, I know the Wake Stones, because we saw gameplay of, like, the pre-release gameplay from the company, from Capcom themselves. Wake Stones are what return a character back to life. It's like a Phoenix Down, okay? So this is directly game-changing. Your pawn inclinations is a huge thing. It's like a game mechanic where the pawn inclinations makes it so they do different things in the game. So these are, I don't know if this is, like, super pay to win. I don't know how hard it is to change that in the game. But it is definitely game-changing. It is absolutely game-changing and game-affecting. And also, like, guys, $2 to change your character editor? Like, are you fucking kidding me? This is like fucking psychotic, man. Holy shit, man. This is like, oh my god. Oh, man. I don't want to go into the game with this, like, negative thing, but I have to talk about it because this is, like, insane. There's only a small amount of Wake Stones in Dogma 1. There you go. So if the Wake Stones are extremely limited, then these 5 that you buy for $1 each. Can you imagine paying $1 to revive your character? Like, holy shit, man. This is like... Man, I remember when hardcore World of Warcraft came out, right? The official servers. Did the microtransactions trigger Corgi? Absolutely. Dude, these microtransactions microtransactions will always piss me off. Every single minute of the day. Every time I see microtransactions, I want you to know, guys, you don't come to me for toxic positivity. I'm not the guy who will pretend like nothing is the problem. When something happens, I'm very a positive guy. Like, you know me, I'm a very positive guy. But when I see shit like this, I have to talk about it. Like, I have to bring it up. And I have to absolutely discuss it and lambaste the game community for doing this shit. Like, dude, Capcom cannot fucking help themselves. It absolutely drives me nuts. But what I was trying to say before was, if you guys go back to Hardcore World of Warcraft, we were memeing Blizzard. About, oh man, when the Hardcore World of Warcraft servers come out, watch there be a DLC where in order it'll be hardcore until your character dies, and then you pay $5 to revive your character, or, you know, $1 per level or something, which was, I think, what Asmongold said, which was a really funny comment. But yeah, people were memeing about this on the regular for Blizzard. And Blizzard, the people who made Diablo fucking Immortal, one of the worst gacha games of all time, they did not even do that. They were like, you know what? We're going to make Hardcore WoW just Hardcore WoW. No WoW token in it. No this, no that, no RMT, nothing. And even Capcom had to say, wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. We got to get in on this cheddar cheese. And even they have this. Even they have this. Thank you so much, Melodic Sass. We miss you. It's been a long time. Hope you're having a great night, and we're about to start a fun game. So if you want to join on in on the goodness, we're going to start playing some awesome Dragon's Dogma in just a few minutes. I'm just doing a little rant And I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful night, Melodic Sass. We miss you. We love you. Thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you for hopping on in. It's been so long. And I hope you have a great time. It's for NPCs. True. Night Mage, that is true. But it's still a game. Like, it's a revive for your NPCs, right? Like, I'm like 90% sure it's a revive for your NPCs. I don't know, though, because, like, Wakestones, I remember seeing gameplay from Capcom themselves before the game came out, where it was like a character, and they were showing off like the grabbing mechanics or whatever. So they use the grabbing mechanics to grab onto like one of the griffins or whatever, and they fall off in the middle of the air, fall all the way down and die. And it says, do you want to use a Wakestone? So I'm not sure. It might actually be used for your character in this game as well. Not 100% about that. Maybe it's different in Dragon's Dogma 1, but definitely this is a possible thing in Dragon's Dogma 2. And so at least that's what it said in the pre-release version, Nightmare. So I don't know. Maybe you're right, but either way, whether it's a self-revive or a revive for your pawns, it is still a game-changing microtransaction. And so, you know, getting microtransactions for, fucking skins in a game already, you know, it's on some level sometimes understandable, but still can piss me off. But actual game-changing mechanics like this, holy shit, that shit has got to go. Like, I don't think it ever will, because Capcom has done this for years, and years, and they literally don't give a shit at this point. And this proves it. With things like Resident Evil 4 Remake, with things like this, otherwise amazing games. And I'm assuming Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be an amazing game. It's a super interesting game, and everyone's looking forward to it. And there's, like I said, 200,000 concurrent players on Steam right now, which completely blows away. I think 200,000 concurrent, by the way, just to give you guys some context, blows away the concurrent player count at peak for both Resident Evil 8 and 4 Remake. I'm pretty sure it blows both of those away. And those were, like, incredible games and hugely looked at games and extremely exciting games, and people were looking forward to it, and very hyped games. But this actually beats that for concurrent player count. So yeah, there we go. It's going to be a crazy time. I don't think they'll ever change this, but goddamn, I hate to see this shit from anyone, and I definitely hate to see this from Capcom, and I hate to see that so consistent with Capcom as well. Like, please, Capcom, get off your shit, man. Like, you make great games. You make so much money. You don't need to do this. Hold on, let me check something. Capcom revenue. There we go. Revenue by year. Let's see what they made last year. I definitely can't spell. All right. Earnings forecast for the fiscal year ending in... Oh, well, funnily enough, they're... Guys, do you know why there's so many microtransactions? Do you know why? Do you want to know? Do you want to know a little business thing, guys? A little shit business thing that I know from working in business for so many years. Do you want to know why there are so many? There's more microtransactions in this game than there was for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Did you know that? Did you know that? The reason why is because they want to get that money in before the fiscal year ends. The fiscal year ends in 1 week. That is why they wanted all of these microtransactions in here. If the fiscal year was in June or January, for example, I can bet bottom dollar they would not have done the amount of microtransactions. Oh my God, man. This is Jesus Christ. Like, and I feel like this is going to be lost on a lot of people. Like, this is not something a lot of people know, but this is a big thing. When you're hitting fiscal year, you want to fire people, and this is for large companies, not you, but like, you know, large companies want to fire people because that improves their first quarter fiscal year, profitability, even in the short term, even though it hurts them in the long term. That's something they love to do. And also, they love to put in all of the transactions possible at the very, very end of the fiscal year. so they can hit that fourth quarter goal and, you know, give themselves a bonus at the end of their fiscal year, because that's when a lot of companies give their executives bonuses and shit. And oh my God, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Holy fuck, man. Man, seriously, fuck Capcom. Fuck Capcom for this. Like, oh my God, man. Oh my God. Annual revenue, baby. Let's see their annual revenue. They've made $1 billion annual revenue last year. Year before that, which was a weaker year, was 0.8 billion. That is $800 million revenue, or 760. Like, this is, they don't have to do these microtransactions, guys. Like, I just want to point that out. They do not have to do these microtransactions. And a lot of this is profit. Like, they don't have, like, they have high overhead, but they don't have that high of overhead. Let's be for fucking real here. And oh my God, man, this is the year for Resident Evil 4 remake, by the way. So we don't have the numbers for, you know, the upcoming fiscal year, but this is like, yeah, this is, yeah. There you go. That and there will be it'll be even more evident if they remove some of those micros in a few weeks after Backlash. Yes, exactly. And they probably won't, Night Mage, because past as precedents, I can tell you, they literally don't give a fucking shit. These companies, especially companies abroad with these things, there is a language barrier, and so they really don't care. They really don't care if CapCorgi is raising the alarm bells and bringing this up every time. They don't give a shit. But, you know, I want to tell you guys this because I believe in giving truth to consumer. I believe in giving all context, even for a game that we're anticipating. We're going to be hopping in literally in about like a minute. I still want to give the full context, and I still want to give the full picture. I will never blow smoke up your ass. I'll never pretend things are better than they are or anything like that. When you come here, for authenticity.